Today we're going to be making some venison chili. We got our 2 packets of ground venison, about a pound each. Need about 2 pounds of ground venison. We got a full green pepper and an onion, which we're going to chop up and saute actually with the meat. We're going to cook the meat in a frying pan till it's brown, slightly pink though, that way you don't make the venison too rough because it's so lean. So we're going to leave a little bit of pink in there. We're going to cook it with the butter and some olive oil to saute it nicely with the onion and pepper. And then once we have our pepper chopped up and hollowed and got all the seeds out and the stems, and then got the skin and the stems off the onions ready to chop up and then throw in with the hamburger to get ready to saute. After you get the amount of green pepper and onion that you have and your meats are thawed out, I just put it in the fridge the night before and it should be good. So then we got our pan oiled up. We're gonna go ahead and throw our venison in here and let it get a little bit brown, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw some butter in, and then I'll saute our vegetables. And then you'll know when that's ready. The vegetables don't take long, and then the meat shouldn't take too long. Like I said, you want to leave a little bit of pink since it's so lean. You don't want it to get rough. And I usually just cook it on medium. Just keep stirring it and keep it on. And something you can do while you're waiting for your pan to heat up is uncap all these, and then add in your stewed tomatoes, 2 cans of tomato sauce, and your 2 cans of chili beans. Some people use kidney beans, black beans, kind of just preference. I like it to be hot, so that's why I use these chili beans. Since it's chili beans, it's got flavor, so I don't like to drain it. So I'm just going to go ahead and add all this into the crock pot. Stir that up and add all our spices in there too. And there are stewed tomatoes. And lastly, 2 cans of tomato sauce. Like I said, you can add things, you can take things away, it's kind of just preference, but this is nice spicy venison chili that I like to use. It's easy, just take the lid off the chili powder, you get a tablespoon, so just go ahead and get in there and get 2 tablespoons of chili powder out. Go ahead, just put that in there. A little bit more, just 1 exactly 2. There we go. Top it off. Got our 2 tablespoons of that. So I'm going to get about a half a teaspoon right here. About half a teaspoon of our homemade cayenne pepper. Go ahead and pop that. Oh, I guess. Get that off there. Get a half a teaspoon of that. Okay. Now I like to do just a, you don't really have to judge with this, just add a little hot sauce in there. Usually it's red hot, but I don't have any, so that looks good. It's about maybe a little under, I don't know, about half a tablespoon of that. And this, just a couple dashes of black pepper, and about 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. Gives it a nice taste. You can go ahead and just pour that in there. There's good. When you get that, you're going to put a couple dashes of crushed red pepper. Don't really have to take off the top. Oh, I guess the top's already off it. So just kind of get in there and just, like just preferable. That's another just preference right here. Preferable choice. So get that done. Do the exact same thing with the celery salt. Not too much of that. It's pretty strong. It gives it a nice little touch. So looks good right there. So now after we got everything in here, all the other ingredients besides the sauteed vegetables and the meat, and we also need to cut up. I like to throw in about 2 bay leaves, just cut them up. Gives a nice little taste. So we got over here, we got ground meat here, sauteing with the onions and peppers diced up. So just gonna let that cook. I like to cook it like medium high. Just have to keep an eye on it and just keep stirring it. But you can see how it's brown, still got a little pink in it. It's almost done, not too much longer. So now we're going to dice up our bay leaves and add those. We're waiting for this meat. Now we got our bay leaves in there. Some people like to cut them up, but they're so brittle, I really just break them up. So we're waiting for the meat and vegetables to finish. Just go ahead and stir all this up. Get everything nice and stirred up. So now that we got everything in here, we're going to go ahead and stir it up. And I had this on low while the meat and the veggies were finishing, so go ahead and stir this up. So that's nice and stirred up. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. Go ahead and lock the sides in, get that nice steam taste while it cooks for an hour and a half, 2 hours on high. Now we got it locked in, so I'm going to go ahead and place this on high. Like I said, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. Then we're going to go ahead and transfer it to low after that's done for about 5 to 6 hours. Let it cook all day. Alright, here's our venison chili. It has been on high for an hour and 40 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and open it up, check it, stir it up a little bit, and go ahead and set it to low. To top off of here. So here's our deer chili just uncovered and stirred up a little bit. Looks awesome, smells awesome. It was a little thick, so what I did is added a cup of water. It's a thing you can do. Some people like it thick. A way to make it thick is leave the top off after it's done cooking on low and turn it back on high for about an hour, and it'll thicken it up. But this is how I like it right here. It's perfect for me. So add a half cup of water, and you get it like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get the top back up on here and go ahead and let it sit on low right there for about 5 to 6 hours, and it'll be done. So here you go.